Good evening. Thanks for joining us. Tonight, an Oshkosh theater group is picking up the pieces after allegations of missing money nearly forced them to shut down earlier this year.
Court documents obtained by Action 2 News say the Oshkosh Community Players' former president embezzled this money and spent it on Ubers, adult stores, and websites. In a First Alert update, Samantha Cavalli tells us how the nonprofit is keeping its curtains open with help from the community.
Right now inside the Grand, the Oshkosh Community Players are preparing for their upcoming show this weekend. However, in the backs of their minds, they're heartbroken over these new allegations by the former president of the board. For nearly 90 years, the Oshkosh Community Players have brought live theater to the Fox Valley. But earlier this year, the group discovering thousands of dollars missing from its accounts.
This was definitely a setback that we didn't want, nor did we expect it.
Court documents say 42-year-old Justin Drabeck had sole access to the group's bank accounts. Last November, he told board members he was leaving town for family matters. Soon after, the nonprofit started getting notices that bills weren't paid. Investigators say he wrote himself checks from the middle of the checkbook, spending money on personal items.
They didn't really know what to call it exactly because obviously at that point in time, no charges were officially filed. So we found out that there was very little money to operate with and to move forward with.
Despite the setbacks, the community rallied, anonymous donors stepping in to help pay bills and keep productions going. Schmidt says regaining trust has been the biggest challenge, but also the biggest reward.
All I see are individuals that want to come together and they want to support something that's been a staple in their community. That to me is so incredibly moving, and it's such a testament as to what Oshkosh Community Players has done for people.
The board also put new safeguards in place, including dual signatures on accounts and a partnership with the Oshkosh Area Community Foundation. Drabeck was set to appear in Winnebago County Court last week for his initial appearance, where he did not show up. A judge has issued an arrest warrant for him. Reporting in Oshkosh, Samantha Cavalli, Action 2 News.